Good morning. Good morning. We are live and it is so good to see you all. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Yes, let's see what we're doing here today. See if I can see myself. This is the first time. Hello, I am Karen Ray. I am from the Fave Biz Society. We are a women's community showing up and shining and getting out there in social media and being accountable. So we have several different things. So I help people be consistent in showing up and shining. And this is the first time I have gone live, but with Zoom, I usually use different platforms in this. So bear with me as I get used to this new section here. And I'm so thrilled to be at the daily business workout. Oh my gosh, this is one of the things we're going to talk about today. How 5 easy steps on how to amplify your message. Yes, and show up consistently. So let's talk a little bit about that. So like I said, I'm Karen Ray, and just a little bit about me and my story. I'm just going to share a little bit. I was a stay-at-home mom for 27 years. And then as my kids became that age and I was going to become an empty nester, I decided to film a web show called the Fave Lifestyle. So we have a lifestyle group and a business society. And so I started filming a web show. And so I approached a Woodinville winery and asked if I came and filmed them and interviewed them if we could host, if they would host. And they did. And 45 women showed up. So I knew there was women were needing a place to gather. And it was all about lifestyle. We interviewed the winery. We interviewed a New York Times bestselling author, Lori London, who happens to be a friend of mine. And that was probably the funnest interview I've ever done. We laughed and just had fun with it. We did two cute ways to do a pony, and we had a lip bar, and the girls had a great time. And I still host events to this day. In fact, I have one coming up this Friday at Woodhouse Wine Estates. And go to the Biz Society and sign up, because you do have to reserve a spot there. We have coffee events. We have all different kinds of ways to show up and shine and to connect with other women entrepreneurs. So that is what we are all about. And since that time, since I started filming a web show, of course, during COVID, everything shut down, but we have a lifestyle magazine that's really gorgeous. It's at Fave, F-A-V-E, lifestyles with an S.com. And we have 460 pages of beautiful articles by women like you that are out there building their businesses, sharing their brilliance, and just wanting to connect. So go check that out. We've got some great things there. And so let's talk today a little bit about being consistent and sharing your message to the world. Oh my gosh. So like I said, I had been a stay-at-home mom for 27 years. So an expert at something. I'm an expert at in the last 7 years of learning how to show up. And that is a decision, you have to make to show up. And the reason, and a little bit about content marketing, and that's what this is. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to show up and I'm going to get a client and blah, da, 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 da. And really, just if you go into this with the right mindset, that social media is content marketing. It's kind of like doing ads, like you're putting your ad out there, and the ad is you and your business and what the value that you bring to your clients. And so being consistent is really important. And it takes time. You have to allow it to take time. And that's why it's so important to be consistent and to show up. So let's talk a little bit more on that. So, and in today's world, people are wanting authentic. They want you to come and be you, because you are your business. You are the wow factor in your business. And just so you can follow along too, there is a downloadable for you called 5 Easy Steps on How to Amplify Your Message. It's in the comments, hopefully. If not, I will make sure that it's there afterwards. So today we're just going to kind of talk through this a little bit. So yes, you are the wow factor. People want to get to know you. They want to get to know you authentically. What's your personality like? Who would they be working with? So whatever your personality is, that's who you are. And so to just really, and they can, and that's why going live too is so important, is because then they can see really what you're about. Like for me, I have a lot of energy. So if people are wanting a community that's really uplifting, encouraging, positive, even our struggles, we flip those around and see how we can make it better. We see what the opportunities are, the possibilities, and just really go at it from that direction. So if that is something that is appealing to you, that is a really positive and community that is willing and wanting to make meaningful impacts in the world, hey, Fave is the place for you. So anyway, so that's kind of, just sharing that message, making it clear. And it takes time. Allow yourself to take the time to discover what your message is. And it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. So let's talk about the wow factor you. So yes, so one of the things is create authentic content that is you. So you will create your branding. Maybe you don't have it all figured out yet, or maybe you do. And just to go with that and who you are, your colors, make sure they are complementary to you. So in our Fave lifestyles, you notice that we have our hot pink because that's represents just that happy-go-lucky, uplifting color. In our business society, we have gone with the black and white and gold because it's clean, simple, easy. Let's just get it done and let's go for the gold. So you'll even see I have my gold hearts back here in my background. So just to remind me of where we are at, and the heart is always our logo here at Fave Lifestyles, because we are coming from the heart and that's who we are. So yeah, so to create that and just really work with your branding and who you are. So share your journey and your experiences, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Talk about things that you love. Do you love to walk, or just start jotting down the things that are important to you that are maybe relatable to other people. Keep it real, keep it professional. If depending on what type of business you have, some businesses you really need, maybe you're a realtor, you've got a brick and mortar, so you've got you need to have a little bit more professionalism. So finding those free photos that complement you. Canva is a great place to create, and you can create your branding in there. It's super cool. So we'll do another video on how to use Canva at another time. Be open to going live. Yes, I know a lot of people will do posts and stuff, but they're really hesitant about going live. My suggestion to you is just do it. Just go practice. You can always delete it. You can do a short little video, short little tips or something, educational. They can be inspirational. You can do, just to talk about your experiences. And we'll talk a little bit more about that too in just a minute. So anyway, so our 5 tips for today: engage and create conversation. And there's several different ways that you can do this. So most social media platforms right now want you to engage. And so how do you do that? So one of the ways, maybe you're just starting out, you've got a group. So realize on your business page, you're not going to get a lot of engagement. Our lovely platforms don't always put that out there. So know that on some of your platforms, you're only getting 2%. So maybe if you have a big group, we have 2 different groups, over 2.6 thousand people, but only 2% see the posts. So realize that. So there's some more around that as well. So as you create these pieces of content, maybe tag friends that that are okay with that. So maybe if you have a membership, you can tap your membership people, and there's different kinds of posts, engaging posts that you can do there. One is what they call a viral post, where you're asking a question. I do this a bit in my lifestyle group because we like to talk about, what's our favorite book? What's your summer read? What is your favorite, what kind of car did you drive in high school? Or what was your favorite hangout? Or what is a song that when you are just really needing to be motivated, what's your go-to song? Just things like that, because it's easy for people to just write something super quick. My favorite movie was Grease, or, whatever it is, things like that. Those are those little viral posts to do every once in a while. And it also kind of gives you a kind of a pulse on who is out there. Sometimes you just need that validation that, hey, you're not the only person just going live on in the group or whatever. So yeah, because even like right now, I can't see the comments, so I don't know if you're there. So anyway, yeah, so make sure you say hi so I don't feel alone. We want to know that there's people out there hearing us or saying, hello. Just give a little love if you can. And then the second point is to collaborate. Who can you collaborate with? So this is what I love about the daily business workout is collaboration. As we are coming together, we're tapping into somebody else's community. And that's really what we do at Fave Lifestyles too. We have a membership program and it's very affordable. And we are taking businesses, whether you're in our accountability society or you're one of our resource power partners that we're connecting with to build skills to propel us forward in business. We take your social media content and we plug it into our Fave community, which is about total reach is about 4.6 thousand through Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, our Facebook groups. And so we are taking, so not only are you going out to your community, we are now taking, and if we are your ideal clients, so we're women, we target women 40 plus who, like I said, are making an impact. Family is important, life balance is important, but really just want to help other people move forward as well. So that's who Fave is. So we take that content and then we shoot it out. You have unlimited posting. You can go post yourself. We've got all kinds of good ways to connect and to create community at Fave Lifestyle. So if you have other communities like this one here, it is awesome to be able to tap in and to create some new connections and some new relationships. So just love what they're doing. Maybe you have a couple of girlfriends or business friends that have complementary businesses, and maybe you can tap into their markets. If their markets are all the same, why don't you all get together and say, hey, let's get together and can I go live on your page, or create some content that would be appropriate for them. So yeah, explore what other options there are to get out there and be visible. There's all kinds of networking groups, of course. They be very respectful of their rules, though, about promoting your own business, because sometimes you just need to go in and build some relationships around that. So number 3, are we on number 4? Oh, number 3 is be consistent. And so social media platforms love you to be consistent. So whether you go live or do a post once a week, once a day, however that looks for you, be consistent. And here's something that I learned along the way. So as we were building our magazine, we also have people who have shows. So one of the key things about if you have a group and you are having people go live or entering, just like they have here, we are scheduled. I have a 9 o'clock show every Thursday. And so people will come to learn that you're going to be there. So I remember as we were building our online magazine, all the ladies, all of our experts had a show. So they named their show. We had an event piece at that time promoting their show. So Brenda Reese was going live Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. And the reason I remember that is because she went live at 10 o'clock for a long time. And women would come to me, and sometimes they didn't know her name, but they're like, oh, I wanted to watch that lady who talks about forgiveness. And I see her on Wednesdays and she's got cute short hair and she's really nice. And so they get to know your personality. They may not know your name. They may not know your business, but they know you. And it becomes familiar to them and they become comfortable with it. And so that's the goal, to be known. So they know if they need help in that particular area, they're going to think of you. So that's the thing about being consistent. So whether it's, like I said, put it into your calendar, make a show, call it, name it. I've had a couple different shows of Fave Live, Fave at 5, doing live with Karen Ray. I went live during COVID, that first year of 2020 into 2021. I went live 4 days a week. at 9 o'clock, and it got me up and ready and dressed, and people knew I was there because I really wanted to be there for the women in our community, to know that they had something that was still familiar in a very uncertain world. And so that's what I did. And so that's too, as I get inconsistent, and then I have to get back into the new habits again, being consistent. So yeah, so if we can just all help each other out, create that show. We are doing that here in the Fave Biz Society too. If you are a subscribing member, you can create a show in our community. Yeah, and you can call it whatever you want. You can talk about what you want. So if that is of interest to you, you can always reach out to me. My DMs are always open. And so here's the fourth point: be a storyteller. People relate to stories, but I want to preface this with there's lots of people who can help you how to tell your story. I am not that person. PJ Hanks in our community does a lovely video on your 2-minute story, and some of the pieces to that. And I when I do interviews, I do work with people and tell their stories, but here's some important pieces to that. You want to in your story tell what's the title of your story. Is it a story like the theme? Is it a story of resilience? Is it a story of transition? Is it a story of overcoming? And I had the privilege of telling or sharing a space with wonderful Morrison as we are celebrating, because we have a hashtag celebrating 1 million women and the beauty we call you, their stories, their brilliance. And wonderful Morrison came and told her story in our community at one of our live events. A story, and I'm forgetting the name. Oh my gosh, it was here. Now it's gone. But she had a title. She had a name for that story, and she talked about. And that whenever we do stories, it's that theme, that title. What is the description kind of the story? What's the pivot point? What changed in your story to bring you to a new space? And then what is the hope? And that is where the women, I think, really relate. They're going to go, oh my gosh, she went through all this stuff. And then how did she get through it? Or what changed? Or what did you learn? What's that hope? What's that thing that they can hang on to that is relatable, that will give them like, oh, she's like me, or he's like me, or whatever it is, and I can get through this too. And maybe the circumstances aren't the same, but maybe the feeling or the emotion or that goal to reach this other space. So that's really, that's where the story is so important. And the last thing I just want to leave you with is set your expectations for yourself. Give yourself some grace. For some of you, I know you've never gone live, or you're not comfortable with it. You're not sure what the purpose is. Is it going to even do anything? And again, social media, being out there, is content marketing. It is to build that relationship with other people so they can get to know you. So anyway, I hope this is helpful at all. There's a downloadable for you. Like I said, if it's not in the comments now, it will be. And feel free to reach out to me at any time. I would love to get to know you. That is what I think our new world is all about, is connecting and creating real relationships. So have a great day. And I am your Biz BFF. And so if you are looking for a community where you can be uplifted, where you can show up and shine and be known, come, let's chat. Let's start a conversation. So have a great day. Okay, if I can figure out how to stop this, that would be really great.